Hey guys, Admin here with a movie time video for you. In today's video, we are going to be looking at from 2014, the fall of 2014. We are looking at Monster High Freaky Fusion, as well as unboxing one doll and I guess discussing and reviewing a doll that I have already unboxed years ago. For the doll in box, I have from the movie Nathan Roth. And the doll that I already have unboxed is Serena Von Boo. Now, this Monster High movie was released in the fall of 2014 again. It is about, from Monster High, the group is making a Celebritants performance and as well doing a presentation on their family tree. As well, we get some hybrid monsters for the first time joining Monster High. We as well get to see Frankie's her own heritage, her own heritage in terms of how her family came about, who was in her family. However, she doesn't have any information. Her family, her own parents, doesn't share anything, doesn't show information, or even talks about like her grandfather. She does get help from Rebecca's team, who has a father that was a professor that was back in the times of Monster High's beginnings, that would have records of students. So in order to find Frankie's family, we can go to his office down, I believe it was like down in the basements, or like really buried down underneath the school to find any sort of record on Frankie's family. In terms of who is joining on this story, because not every like Monster High character gets in on every movie, we do have Frankie Stein, Claudine Wolf, Cleo Denio, Jennifer, as well as Toralei, Draculaura, Laguna Blue, Venus Flytrap, and Rebecca Steam. As well as we have the hybrids of students. We have Serena Von Boo, we have Bonita Femur, Ava Trotter, and Nathan Roth. As well as we get Hexagon Steam, apologies for mispronunciation of names. And as well, we do meet Frankie's grandfather, as Sparky as his nickname, but we soon find out later in the movie that he is Victor Frankenstein. For the fusion, we do get 8 of the girls fused in, so 2 per monster. So we get Jennifer and Laguna Blue to be fused into Laguna Fire. We do get Claudine and Venus to be Clavinus, Draculaura and Rebecca to be Dracubecca, and lastly we get Cleo and Toralei to be Cleolei. As going through the office of Rebecca's father's office, they do stumble on a time machine that Toralei accidentally started and goes back in time to where Monster High's beginnings happen, building the school and as well classes being in session. And of course, walking through the halls, they are very much getting all the attention because, yeah, the fashions back then, they were cute. I'm not gonna lie. I would have loved to have seen dolls of these characters, background characters, because there's so much of a time period. Like, it would have been really cute. I'm sure people have made custom dolls of these characters, these background characters. It would have been really cute because, hello, this is the history of Monster High. So to see these students walking these halls for the first time and seeing their getup, their fashions, their outfits, I thought it was really cute. Especially, like, I think it's called a bonnet. Like, it's adorable. I honestly think it's really cute. We do see Frankie's grandfather, well, nicknamed Sparky, being one to create life, that wants to create life. And so Frankie believes to be someone that could help her find her family because, well, she doesn't know that was her grandfather. She just knows his nickname was Sparky, and that he is someone that does the line of work that Frankie's family has done. In terms of doing all this time traveling, in terms of coming back, the girls do get fusionized, I believe, with the same machine. Again, we see Jennifer and Laguna be one. We see Claudine and Venus be one, as well as Jackie Laura and Rebecca be one, and Cleo and Toralei become one. So with their new fusion bodies, yes, their two minds are now in one, which is, I can't even fathom in terms of how that could even be a thing, but it is for this movie. So the hybrid monsters students, the 4 new students that are hybrids, do help these 4 new students, new people, new hybrids to coexist with each other and to be one. We do see a little bit more of their character in terms of why they're so reserved and why they're so quiet. In terms of like interacting with the school, they believe that, well, we go to school because nobody really wants to accept us, or nobody wants to hang out with us or talk to us, or even I believe maybe even accept them into the school itself. Like, how does that even work? So they believe Monster High is just like a step in the direction of going through that whole thing again. Like, they don't believe they're gonna be there forever. But with this, new fusion of students, they need help. So who best to ask than the fusion monsters themselves? Which to them, they're not like fusion in terms of like machinery, things like that. It's just that they have family that are different types of monsters. We see, for example, Serena Von Boo, she is a mermaid half ghost. For Nathan, he is a zombie / unicorn. So they teach the girls to live into their fusion bodies and go around, and they do actually do coexist. Even for Toralei and Cleo, they learn to be one and to team up and to, go about. Because I believe these girls thought they were going to be in these bodies forever, even though it was literally just a day, probably even half a day. I don't even know the timing of this. Later on, we do see Victor go into the present time of Monster High. So he goes into the school, not really the school, it's the laboratory, and to cough up another sort of life to create his monster. Which for him, a really big thing that he is having difficulties with is that he had, well, at least what the teacher has said, I think it was Rebecca's dad has said to him that he has the mind for the creation, but he doesn't have the heart for a creation. So it's kind of like he creates just to create, but the whole point of life is to live. It's so dumb. I don't know why this come to my head. To live, laugh, and love. Like, to live your life, love your life, and to, I guess, laugh. Like, to just, it just can't just be to live. There has to be some type of purpose of, like, living, per se. Which is deep. I honestly didn't think I would find some type of like hidden meanings or like to even like get emotional to this movie, but I have to say, in terms of all the Monster High movies that I have seen, this one does to me have the most heart, and also something that I could relate to myself thoroughly, because I am a gay man. I am part of the LGBTQIA plus community, and I have felt, in terms of like being like an outcast and not being accepted in certain parts of my life. Most importantly, my main life would be like in middle school for those 3 years. It was just a very difficult time for me. So going through that and seeing these hybrids having their difficulties because people won't accept them for being 2 monsters, it was kind of like I can relate to them, and it really is eye-opening to see like the similarities of what they've gone through and also what I have gone through. I hope this movie does help, children of the time, even for today, to see this movie and to know that, hey, I'm not alone. I'm not the one who is just a lone individual being different. There are others that are different as well. While Victor was creating his monster, obviously it wreaks havoc to Monster High, and it was just tearing up the place. And he as well captures the girls to put in his body, which is weird. But Frankie, being the true best friend, being the true love of Monster High, she was able to get all the girls free by using her own spark of, the Monster High, like, not Monster High, the Frankenstein, like, bulbs of her sparkiness, electricity, to get the girls out. So defeating the monster, getting the girls free, but it did cost her own life. I honestly cried at this part, I kid you not, where she lost her spark, which is basically her life support. and we see her in this coffin, but it wasn't a coffin, it was just the shape of the table. I thought we were planning a funeral. I thought this was it for Frankie, which obviously it wasn't, because I knew obviously Monster High with Generation 3, Generation 2, and then like continuing Generation 1 after this movie. It was like, really, that wasn't the end of Frankie, but it felt that way. I was like, wow, this girl is gone. But of course, Victor, wanting to do it right in terms of creating life, he helps to bring Frankie back to life. But in the end, he wasn't able to do it alone. He needed the heart, and because he didn't necessarily have the heart by himself, all the other girls and all the other students really of Monster High gives that love of Frankie, of sharing their memories of Frankie, of why they love Frankie, and Frankie being a part of their life. Like, that's just, love right there. They're all not just students, but they're all family. And with all that love and all that spark, it does bring Frankie back to life, thus having, Frankie come back to life, and as well finishing her Scaratage performance, and as well finishing her Scaratage project, which of course in the end she does say she gets an A for all projects, for both performance plus Scaratage project, family tree, and wrapping up the movie with the hybrid students joining Monster High for good, no longer transferring, her finally getting to know her family, and as well creating her family. Because it's not just knowing about your past, like only blood related family heritage, it's also creating your own family, and also starting your heritage, starting your own history with your family. Because as she has said in the performance wise in the theater, that it's like Monster High creates history every single day with new students, with new memories, new events, things that happen in the school. You're creating that heritage for the family of Monster High. Not just only being students, but also being a family. Which again brought me to tears. I was like, wow, this movie in particular does have a lot of heart. I'm not saying the other movies doesn't, but at least for me, I haven't cried I think I cried like twice for this movie, and I was like, wow. Not even Booyark got me to tears. And yes, I'm including that Deuce and Cleo breakup scene, because we'll get into that once I review that movie. But for this movie, it brought me to tears, and it just resonates with me, and it's very close to my heart. And it's just a really great movie. And in terms of that review, I do recommend watching this movie, especially, hello, it is Pride Month. I am filming this in the beginning of June 2025, and Pride Month being here, I recommend watching this movie, even besides the whole Pride thing. I recommend watching this movie. I feel like it could resonate with other kids or any other people, of course, to feel like they're not alone. They don't have to be alone even to create their families, to know that there are others out there that are similar to them, that have the same similarities of their traits, their personality, things of that sort. I honestly thought at that point, because I watched this movie not necessarily in 2014, I want to say maybe 2 or 3 years after I watched the movie for the first time, and I thought at that time Nathan Roth was a gay, but he's not. It doesn't list him anywhere of being gay. However, during in May of 2020, Garrett Sander, one of the design and creators of Monster High, I believe, design manager and creator of Monster High at Mattel, did confirm that Nathan Roth was supposed to be a gay character. However, Mattel canceled the idea, saying that it wasn't the right time to have a character of the LGBTQIA+, which I can understand. Mind you, I am part of it, but I can understand from a children's company perspective of putting that type of narrative out there, because I feel like it's a general sense of having everybody thinking that you're gonna confuse a child, which I can say from my own personal experience of being a child, I could even pinpoint me being, I don't know how old I would be at that time, maybe 5 or 4 or 6, I don't know. But I remember being a kindergartner liking boys. I knew at that point in my life that I liked boys. I never was interested in a girl. I kid you not. I liked girls in terms of their fashions, how pretty they are, how their makeup is, and how their personality, how sweet and kind, like, you know, they are, like Lizzie McGuire, Raven Baxter, Hannah Montana, Miley Stewart. Like in those characters, like I saw it through TV and movies of like girls, but it wasn't like a romantic slash like interest in that way. But boys, I kid you not, yes. Yes. However, at that time when I was, you know, kindergarten and elementary school, all that, like throughout my whole elementary years, I never knew what gay meant. I never knew what that was. So at that time, I wasn't like I was confused. I was, I guess, just not knowing what I was. Because I always thought like the norm of like boy, girl. But I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to be with a girl. I can't. Like I remember going to like my first like boy girl party when I was like in 4th grade, 5th grade, and I kissed a girl and I did not like it. Sorry, Katy Perry, I'm not part of the lyrics. Like I did not like it at all. I wanted to vomit, I wanted to puke, I wanted to spit. No offense to the girl. Obviously she's sweet, she was pretty. Like, oh, you know what I mean? Like I can see that, but I'm not interested in that. Like no. No, but I knew at that time that I was that I wanted to be, like I had an interest in boys, but I didn't know that I was gay. I didn't know I was part of the LGBTQIA+, because no one showed it to me. No one presented me or showed me information of the community. You know, I know I lived in Los Angeles, but I never went to WeHo or even drove by it. So I couldn't see what that was. I didn't know. I didn't have any source of media or anything showing me that. Like, I wasn't even that type of kid to like search the internet. Like, I never did that. I didn't search boys kissing boys or things like that until I got to like middle school. So that whole phase of my life of elementary, I knew, like I had that feeling and I knew that I liked boys, but I didn't know what it was like labeled, I guess. Like I didn't know I was gay. And now that I did know, I was like, okay, my, not confusion, but I guess just the questions that I had in terms of why I am the way I am was answered. And I was like, okay, moving on, time for a boyfriend. But that was high school, and that's a whole different time, a whole different video to talk about. So this movie really is eye-opening. I love it. I think it has so much heart, so much warmth. So I definitely recommend watching it. In terms of the rating, yes, for this rating, I'm going to give it a 5 out of 5 stars. I have no notes for this. Obviously, one note, I would have liked for Mattel to have made Nathan a gay character like I thought he was, just because, yes, the whole unicorn thing of his colors. He's not really part of the rainbow. It's just black, blue, yellow, and red. But I thought he was. I don't know why. I guess because the whole unicorn aspect. But that's his family. Like, really? Really? But me being dumb, I guess, I just assumed he was during the first time I watched it. But watching it now and today, like, no, he's not. That's my only note, but that doesn't take away from the movie. I thought the movie was great. The messaging, I got it. It's all good. So I love the movie so much. So yes, 5 out of 5 stars. Now for the dolls themselves, or I guess just doll because I am unboxing one doll. I have here Nathan Roth. I did buy him off of like a reseller website. I guess it was either eBay or Mercari back in 2020. Yes, he is one of those 2020 dolls that I haven't unboxed because I didn't know when to unbox him or how I wanted to unbox him. But obviously, Freaky Fusion, I wanted to talk about the movie, so of course I'm gonna unbox him here for this movie, for this video. He is a 2-in-1 monster. He comes with a diary, a stand, brush, hat. He does have information on the back of his age, monster parents, killer style, and freaky flaw. And as well as a little bit of an info of the movie itself, Freaky Fusion. Go ahead and pause if you want to read it. I miss packaging like this. I love when they give information of the movie the doll is a part of. Like, that's very helpful, and as well really like a good addition to be like, oh, I want to watch the movie, or I want to buy the doll because of the movie. And that was really my reason to buying him. And I believe I bought him from a reseller for like $40 or $30. But of course, in 2026, I'm not sure how the pricing is nowadays. So proceed with caution if you do want to buy him yourself. Obviously go within your own budget. Like, don't break the bank, okay? It's just a doll. For Serena, I did buy her at a Big Lots store. back in like 2015 or 2014, I'm not sure, for like on clearance for like $10. I don't know why she was on clearance. I think she's gorgeous. I love her. And I had to get her at that time. She got me to watch the movie during that time that I got her. And I was sold because of Serena. She's so gorgeous in her character, being so cute and like being distracted easily and just like being silly. Like I thought she's so cute. For the other dolls in this movie, we do have the 4 fusion dolls of, again, Laguna Fire, Clavinus, Jacobecca, and Cleolai. For me, I would have loved to have gotten all 4 dolls, and mainly I would love to have gotten Cleolai. I thought her coloring of the orange and the stripes is really cute. As well, we do get the hybrid dolls. Again, I would have loved to have gotten the other 2 dolls as well. So that would be another doll hunting to be started, to be continued in the future. But for now, let me go ahead and unbox Nathan Roth for a closer look. Okay, so unboxing him was very easy. I don't know why. I guess for his doll in particular, maybe he doesn't have as much like packaging or like things to snip, just like at the knees, waist, you know, things like that. So yeah, like 5 minutes it took me to unbox him. Like, wow. For accessories, he does come with a yellow stand, a classic Monster High stand right there, as well with a brush, which for a guy doll, I don't remember if every Monster High doll for guys comes with a brush automatically. But for him, he does have actual hair, so this is helpful. He does come with a hat that has cutouts for his unicorn horn and his ears. I love this hat, it's really cute. And as well, he does have a diary. It says, "It'll trip me out if you read my diary." It does have pages beyond pages of his. I love how they even have the dates as well, like June 14, June 17, as well as July 10, July 12. Like, I'm not making this up. Like, look at the dates. It's cute also that it doesn't even have the year, so it can feel timeless. The last date entry was July 30th, and on the last page, it does have about me information on Nathan. I always say this in every Monster High video. I love collecting these books. I want to like create like a little library shelf of just pure diaries. I think that'd be really cute, and I love to like actually like take the time to read them, because I do skim through them, but I haven't read like a full diary. But one day I do want to do that, and I do collect them to store them and eventually make my shelf. Like, it'll be so cute. I love these little diaries. They're such a great touch. Here is Nathan Roth himself. His articulation, he does have it on the neck, the head here, look up and down, side to side, shoulders, elbows, wrists, as well as upper leg, knee, and at the foot. Ankle, sorry. He does have a unicorn tail here. I can't rooted hair for the unicorn. I always thought it would be like plastic, but no, we have to pull down the pants a little bit. Sorry, Nathan. And just give a little detail of the, wow, is this removable? I don't know. I don't know if it is or not, but like, wow. This is hair. Oh, it's so cute. He does have 2 pieces of clothing. They are separate, top and the pants that can Velcro in the back. And with yellow sneakers with blue like glitter on it, on the molding. His face as a zombie, I can't. His ears and, oh wow, his unicorn thing, horn. No, it's not removable. It's literally attached to his head. It's not like a headband. So thank God for that. We love details. So cute. I can't. I feel like maybe for this doll, I would have liked for like a smile. He does look like to have like a bland face. I don't know, just like my doll molding, or maybe that's just how all the Nathan dolls were. But I feel like in the movie he smiled a lot, or at least throughout maybe like the end. But it does give him like a shy type of personality, shy persona. So I can relate to that because I feel like this is like my face throughout the whole day. It's just like blank. Because I mean, I don't know why. I just don't like to smile 24/7. You really just have to make me laugh or like some type of interest in order for me to smile. But I don't do that on the regular. So I can relate to him. But I felt like for Nathan, he would have smiled in the movie. But And I have Serena here with him. So 2 fusion dolls. A little bit for Serena, articulation at the head to look up and down, shoulder, elbow, wrists, and just a bit on the waist here, just a little bit. And the fin, yes, and the fin is meant to be a doll stand. She does not come with the stand like this at all. She just comes like that. I know she does come with the diarrhea hairbrush, but that's in storage somewhere. But her stand is just her fin. You really do have to position it very well in order for it to work. And I have had trouble putting her together. Like, you really do have to move the whole doll in order to position her well on a flat surface. Like, it's usually just like this, like very open. But she still is cute. I still love her. I still love Serena. And now I have Nathan for 2 fusion dolls together. In terms of recommending to get Nathan, again, I got it from a reseller. It was from 2014, so do that as you will. Don't break the bank. I do love him though. I think he really is really cool. So, you know, do with that as you will in terms of buying him. Thank you guys so much for watching this movie time video. Let me know all your thoughts and opinions down below in the comments. Did you watch the movie? Do you love the movie? What are your notes on it? What you took from it? What would you change from it? Let me know all of that in the comments. Check out all the other videos that I have on the Celebritants YouTube channel. Other movie time videos, review it up videos, born or shop videos, personally me videos that I say that, etc. Check out Celebritants on all social media platforms: TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, X, Snapchat, etc. And thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.